turnovers.
I know. Every time I ask,
I'm teasing.
I know you are. And every time I ask, it's 20 turnovers. So it's, but speaking of the rotation, you really shortened it tonight. Really, for the first time I can remember all season. What was the thinking behind that?
Well, I thought we went a little bit deeper there in the first half. I think we got 10 in there. Denzel popped in for a few minutes. It wasn't very long. I thought in the second half when Turner went down, they really started to go smaller and with guards. And at times I thought it was difficult to, maybe play with the size that we played with. So we played with Lowry. He did a good job, I thought, defensively. And even Thad, when they're at the 4 spot, we slid Patrick down a little bit because we wanted to get him there defensively a little bit at the 4 spot. But a lot of it had to do with their personnel. They've obviously dealt with, some injuries and guys being out. And then certainly Turner going down, made them a lot smaller because usually he's out there and with his ability to rim protect. But, they ended up going with Jakar Sampson at the 5, who's obviously got a great motor. So I just wanted to make sure we had guys we could stay in front because I thought the 3-point line there, certainly with the way we started the fourth quarter, which was a little bit disappointing, we needed to get stopped. So we went a little bit smaller. And by going small, the rotation probably got cut down a little bit.
And a quick one on Lowry. He gave you some good minutes, obviously shot the ball well. Did anything, what did you think of how he played, number one? And did anything get to you about him physically? Someone said that some trainers were looking at his leg or something on the bench.
Yeah, I took him out. He needed to come out. I actually wanted to ride with him a little bit longer. To your point, Casey, I thought he was playing really, really well. He was giving us a lot of good things. He shot the ball well. I thought we had some things at the rim for him. He rebounded the ball well. I think he had a couple really good rim protection plays. So he was playing well. He just got kicked in the leg again. I'm not quite sure if it's the same leg that he had an issue with before, but I talked to him and he said he needed a blow, and kind of as the game was unfolding at that point in time, there was really no need to put him back in the game. But I would have certainly liked to have played him longer had he not, needed a break.
Got it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Darnell, go ahead.
Thanks, Tim. Billy, you talked about from the start how you can't just rely on Zach to carry this team. Now that he's got Vooch, how do you need him to play off of Vooch playing in the post?
Yeah, I think that Zach needs to be aggressive in who he is. I think the one thing that's good with those two guys in pick and roll is, the option for Vooch to pop. I thought that Zach and Thad, they've always had great connection in pick and roll. I think, earlier in the year, that was generating a lot of offense for us when, Zach would hit Thad in the pocket and then Thad would spray the ball out. Zach needs to be who he is and Vooch needs to be who he is. And you know what? As long as we're generating good shots and, we're efficient with what we're doing offensively, I really don't care who gets the shots, and I think those guys would say the same thing, for as great of a scorer as Zach is and for as great of a scorer as Vooch is. And obviously I'm getting to know him more and more. These guys are team guys. They want to win and make the right plays. Zach knows there's times where he's got to try to turn it on and get to the basket and create and make things happen. He's got the ability to do that. Vooch has got to get it from somebody, right? Someone's got to deliver it to him. Zach can just go get it, so he knows that there's junctures and times in the game we have things that offensively for him to go and be able to create and make those kind of plays. But, as long as we're balanced, I thought there was a really good, Darnell, really good section in the game. It was in the third quarter. We came out and we started off really, really well. I think we got up 20. The game started going back and forth, and we got totally wrapped up in the game. And we must have had 5 or 7 possessions that were just up and down, where we really didn't generate anything very good. We're going to have to at times really attack and transition when we can to get stuff that's high percentage. If not, we need to execute what we're doing and try to create mismatches and binds, for teams on the defensive end of the floor. But I thought that juncture in time is a good segment for us to learn from, because I don't know how much Zach and Vooch were really involved in that segment. But we've got to certainly, they've got to play off each other and have balance with those two guys.
And I'm glad you mentioned the pick and roll. My question was kind of more about Vooch in the post, but you're right. It is a lot of pick and roll and run between those two. And is the adjustment more for Zach playing off of him inside or in pick and roll?
No, we're running different stuff for Vooch to post the ball. Same thing for Thad. We're doing different things to post those guys. So, Sometimes Zach's a screener, because generally guys don't leave him. So he's a guy that can kind of screen and get a guy open. The first half of the game, they really played a lot of zone. They played some boxing one. They tried to switch up defenses. So there wasn't a great flow. We were just kind of moving the ball, and the ball was finding the open man. But I think that the pick and roll stuff is those two guys playing off each other. I thought there was a couple times, like Zach's getting better, and I think they're developing, and it's probably good to talk to those two guys. They look like they're developing more and more of a connection together. Like I thought it was actually better in the second half. Like there was a couple times Zach came off and he really early committed to making a decision where he probably should have held on to it a little bit longer to force the defense to make a decision. But I think the more those guys play with each other, the better they'll get, kind of executing that. But I thought they were good tonight when they were playing in two-man game.
Thank you.